Hey everyone, this is Mr. Nunn. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to multiply fractions and then reduce them. So we're going to take this first fraction right here and we're just going to multiply straight across. Here we have 3 times 5 in the numerator, which of course is 15, and 10 times 9 in the denominator, which is 90. Well, of course, 15 over 90 can be reduced, so I'm going to rewrite it over here on the left. And we're going to reduce this fraction. And I always teach my kids to try to reduce by 3 numbers. And there's actually more numbers that you can reduce this by, but I always teach them to try to reduce by 2, 3, and 5. Now, when I say reduce, that means that you have to be able to divide both the number in the numerator and the denominator by one of those 3 numbers. And by the way, there are more. There's like 7, and you can try other things too, but 11 might work in some cases. But those are kind of generally the 2 or 3 numbers that you should always check. So looking at this, we have 15 and 90. So I'm going to first look and see if 2 fits into both of these. And unfortunately, 2 does not fit into 15 because that is an odd number. And it does fit into 90, but remember it has to fit into both the numerator and the denominator evenly, I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that, and I'm going to try my next number here, 3. And hey, we're in luck. 3 does fit into both of these evenly, so I'm going to do 15 divided by 3 and 90 divided by 3. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. 90 divided by 3 is 30. And we get 5 over 30. Now, some of you are probably wondering, Mr. Nunn, didn't you just change the value of that fraction? Well, we changed the numbers in the fraction, but I want you to notice here that these numbers, the numerator and the denominator, have the same relationship to each other. If you look at 5 and 30, 5 times 6 equals 30. And over here on the left, 15 times 6 equals 90. So they both have the same relationship. Now, in this particular case, I'm thinking we can reduce one more time because I'm looking at that 5 and that 30, and I'm noticing that we can probably divide both of those by one other number. I'm wondering if you can spot it. So, looking at that 2 again, I always start out with my smallest number. 2 fits into 30, but not into 5, so I'm going to move on. 3 fits into 30, but not into 5. However, 5 does fit into both of these numbers evenly. So now I can do 5 divided by 5, which is 1, and 30 divided by 5, which is 6. Now again, take a look, folks. 1 and 6 have the same relationship. 1 times 6 equals the denominator, 6. Just like 5 times 6 equaled 30. Just times 15 times 6 equaled 90. So even though these 3 fractions look different, they are all actually the same. They have the same relationship. Now, I'm also going to teach you another way to reduce these, and it's through cross-canceling. So we're going to take the same problem, 3/10 times 5/9, and we're going to reduce in another way. So we're going to look at the numbers that are catty-cornered to each other, and we're going to check to see if they're divisible by those 3 or 4 numbers that I showed you before. 2, 3, 5, and of course you can also check 7 and 11. So looking at this, taking a look at these numbers that are catty-corner, I see that 3 fits into 3 once, so I'm going to go ahead and cross that 3 out and write a 1 next to it. And then I see the number catty-corner to it, that 9 is divisible by 3 as well, so I'm going to cross it out and turn that into a 3. Now, I'm going to look at the last 2 numbers that are catty-corner. We have 5 and we have 10. And I'm noticing that 5 fits into both of those because 5 divided by 5 is 1 and 10 divided by 5 is 2. Well, now we can actually go ahead and multiply these. And you'll notice here that this is going to give us our most reduced form. If we multiply 1 times 1 in the numerator, we get 1. And if we multiply 2 times 3 in the denominator, we get 6. So folks, those are two different ways to reduce fractions. The first way I taught you was to try dividing your final answer by 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, or you can cross cancel and see if you can reduce those numbers by cross canceling. Both cases but work, and they give you the same answer of 1/6. So I hope that helped. If you have any questions, you can email me. I hope you're all studying really hard. This is Mr. Nunn signing out.